So when I had read this the first time, I was perhaps 22 years old. Uh, yes, 22, that's a good estimation. I decided to talk to my friend Samarananda, uh, who knew how to drive a bus. We bought a bus for 5,000 German marks, that is 2,500 euros. At that time, it was everything was different, and we went by the landway. We went through, in other words, Romania, Bulgaria, then we went to Turkey, to Persia, to Pakistan, the first Afghanistan, then Pakistan, and we went in this bus. It took us 1 month or so in order to come to this forest, the forest where God lives eternally. We arrived there. The bus was only half of its glory. It had really suffered from the long overdrive. I remember it. I mean, one day I will write a story, and it will become a bestseller. So many things happened, but I don't want to write a bestseller. It's all right. I can keep it in my heart. But one day, when the night is long and the morning does not come, we can talk about that journey. It was a long journey, and we arrived in this forest, and it is still there. The place where the prince stood and meditated for a long time is still there. It's on top of a hill, and it is a place where spiritual enthusiasm is generated. My dear devotees, my dear friends, in this world, there are places which carry energy. For instance, Berlin is known for for party spirit, isn't it, Leke Shavanti? There are in the weekend there are a lot of big events where thousands of people come together. The Berliners don't often know about these things because they have a different life than that. Or if you go to a place like Dubai, we just were there for 4 or 5 days. We had a huge kirtan event with thousands of people singing with us. It is known for business. It is known for the most ridiculous forms of entertainment, and so on. It's a town which is built on sand. There was, and it is meant for sense enjoyment and showing man's control over nature. Others would say there are other things also. It's an interesting social experiment from one perspective, and so on. Places have certain energy. When you come to us outside of Berlin, to our little ashram, the first thing you notice is peace and the possibility to think deep things. So Madhuvan, or these sacred places, are there in the world. There are many, and you can go there and you can actually find the road which brings you more to the essential things of your life. These things which are beyond making money, earning or getting a good job, getting likes on Facebook. You can go to these goals. And in the sacred Sanskrit works, there are these mantras which describe what you should do at these places. See, it's not enough to just create a new space or go in a new space in your life. You need to fill that space. I think many people during the COVID times had difficulties with it. They couldn't move any longer. They couldn't they couldn't go out. A lot of empty space, free time, in other words, was created. And some people didn't like it. I thought it was the best time in my life because I could finally read and chant and so on. Because yes, my whole life I have been preparing myself to create space and fill that with spiritual activities. So when you go to a holy place, you should always see how you can fill the new space. The first thing which the scriptures advise is you should see some people who are spiritually advanced. That's why we have created an international retreat center where there are interesting spiritual teachers coming and giving seminars and so on, so that the people who have left their ordinary life behind, that they have made the long journey to India, can fill the space that is now there with with some inspiration, with good things. So here are three things which the pilgrim does, and I want to read this to you in the ancient Sanskrit vocabulary, because I know that some of you are just loving Sanskrit. So here it is. A moment, I have to find the right tune here. Tavasmiti vadan vacha tataiva manasa vidan tatstanam ashritas modate sharanagata. When you go to these sacred spaces, you do something with your voice. You sing sacred mantras, you repeat sacred texts, and actually you say something. You say, I am yours, Tavasmi. This is something very sweet. There is no process that is spiritually more powerful than stepping in your mind before Krishna or God and seeing him right by your side and explaining to him, I'm yours. I'm exiting my own plans now. I'm exiting my own ego. I'm yours. Wow, that's a declaration. That's powerful. I have heard from some of you that in Islam, this is known as the highest declaration, where one says to the all-merciful, all-compassionate, all-powerful one, I'm actually belonging to you. I do not wish to live a separated life any longer. Powerful, no? Then what do they do with their mind? Tavaiva manasa vidvan. Without any doubt, they convince themselves in their mind, I'm not belonging to this world, I'm not belonging to a certain gender, man, woman, and everything in between. I'm not belonging to a certain culture. I know I'm your part. And then finally, what do they do with the body? Tatstanam ashritas tanva. By the body, they just stay in these sacred places. In other words, you really live a different life. You speak a different language. Oh, that's interesting, no? Imagine you could start all over again. Perhaps you would not be what you are now. You would have followed a different script, perhaps, instead of following your karmic script. No? So this is what the pilgrim does. He steps out of the narrative of the story of his life and starts a new story, a new life as part of God. And he remembers throughout his day 3 guidelines that always keep him on that spiritual side of life. The first guideline is he tries to look for God, for Krishna. For that, in the holy places, you have many mandirs, many temples. But you could also do something that Jayadev has, and Ajayatam has indicated. You can meet these holy people who are very realized, who seem to have a glow in their eyes because they have realized the Lord in the heart. And so they communicate with him. They ask him questions and get answers that are more correct than GPS and chat BBT. No? Yes. So you search for the Lord. What we did, for instance, we went 2 days just walking through Vrindavan. And what did we do? We took instruments and we sang and danced all the while. Why not? And went to the holy river Jamuna. We went to many temples on the way, and so on. Pilgrims are people who walk a path that is not found on any Google Maps. It's the maps of the heart. So they search for the Lord. We find that there are 6 great spiritualists or bhakti yogis, the 6 Goswamis. They would actually go through Vrindavan and ask only one question: where is Krishna? And they would look for him. And their eyes were constantly ponds of tears. They were so moved by their experiences as they were searching for him. The second rule of the pilgrim is, whatever happens at that time, remember, he has exited his story, he tries to see as the arrangement of Krishna. I once met, I want to tell you a story, one of the leading scientists, he was at that time, I don't know if he lives any longer, of the Max Planck Institute in Heidelberg. Have you heard about the Max Planck Institute? It's a scientific institute. No, Jayatam has. I think they have also work on robotics. No, they're very advanced scientists, and so he had come to Vrindavan. He had visited the Krishna Balaram temple, and some devotees told him that there is a German-speaking devotee in Vrindavan. His name is Sacinandana. So I was contacted and said, there is a German-speaking scientist. He likes to know more about Vrindavan and about Krishna consciousness. Would you like to meet him? And I said, I'm a little busy, but okay, I have 2 hours for him. So we met. His first name was Carsten, and we went to Vrindavan. I took him on a walk, and we sat at the steps of Keshi Ghat. It's a beautiful bathing ghat at the Yamuna. And I said, let's take a sacred bath. Carsten looked at me and said, never. What is your problem? Everyone knows that this river is full of chemicals. The Indian people are not at all environmental conscious, and I have seen this. It's embarrassing how a culture can be so unconscious about the environment as modern Indians are. So he said, if you go into this river, you come out as a skeleton. so it will eat away your flesh on the bones. So I said, let's see. And I took my gamsha and took a bath in the Gang, in the Yamuna, I still remember I pretended, to drown in the Yamuna, but and then I smiled at him and said, "This is a spiritual river. Man cannot do anything to the spirit. It's not possible for anyone to move, for instance, a shadow. You can't move that with all the machines of the world. So in the same way, you can't move the spirit with metta." We discussed like this, and he was not very much in favor of what he heard. And then a monkey came and stole his glasses. Carsten was finished. He said, "I need these glasses. I can't see anything. And my spare glasses are already broken. I sat on them." And so on. I said to Carsten, let's not lament. Perhaps it's an arrangement of Krishna. Let us see if we can see the hand of Krishna behind it. Give me 5 rupees. And he gave me 5 rupees, and I bought bananas. And then I threw bananas to the monkey. And the monkey, this is how you get your things back from the monkeys. You throw bananas at them, and then they grab the bananas and drop what they have stolen from you. Nowadays, the monkeys in Vrindavan want fruity and Coca-Cola. Fruits don't work any longer. Just as a tip, We call them the Vrindavan mafia, the monkeys. So anyways, yes, it worked at that time. The monkey threw the glasses away, and I could give Carsten back his glasses, and he put them on. And at that moment, something changed in him. He said, "You had told me I should see behind everything the arrangement of Krishna, of God. I see here the arrangement." I think the monkey was sent to relieve me of my material perspectives. That's why he stole my spectacles. So that because I have to learn to look with a new set of eyes. And then he explained to me that after the death of the mother, the mother had visited him, in his dreams, and had told him he must be more open for the spiritual science and not just study the material science. And he had dismissed this, he had rejected this, but later took it to the heart. So this is how Vrindavan acts at all of us. Something happens, but as we look behind what happened and try to not ask the question, what exactly happened, but why did this happen, we may discover an arrangement of Krishna. Some lesson, some message which the Lord sends through the external events. That is the second rule of the pilgrim, to see the arrangements of the Lord. And the third is, yes, he should do something while he is in Vrindavan that is done not for his pleasure, but it is done for the pleasure of the Lord. A very simple thing is to be charitable to the poor, to give away some things, but there are more other activities that can be done for the Lord that are even more spiritual. So yes, my point is, coming to Vrindavan means to come closer to the Lord. If there is a place in this world where you can find God, it's in the heart of the lovers, of those who love the Lord, and it is at sacred places of pilgrimages where you can do some good spiritual activities that bring out the unseen presence of the Lord. And I want to end with an example, and then we have a little pause. In Vrindavan, I will show you a picture of that. You find these little stands who offer sugar cane juice. There are two metal cylinders. They are moved by a machine like this, and then the man at the stand puts a sugar cane thing in between these walls, or these cylinders, and then the cylinders bring out the juice which is in the sugar cane. You can't see the juice with the eyes, but by the treatment of the cylinders, these metal cylinders, it's pressed out. So in Vrindavan, you can very quickly get the rasa. Rasa means taste of spiritual life, by doing a few very simple spiritual activities. These act like these cylinders that take out the juice, the rasa. What we have built this retreat center, and we always, when we give these retreats, we tell those who come, they come from all over the world, take some time alone with Krishna, where you chant, where you read, where you pray, or where you just sit and meditate. And these simple things will help you to get a new juice, a new taste in life that will be so strong that it will be easy for you to give up those activities that are no longer good for you. Haribo. Summary, short summary. There are sacred places in this world. When we go there, we should go in an open spirit there, and engage in spiritual activities, and we will find there, we draw close there to the Supreme. How this is, we will show you now on we have presented a very, very nice slideshow. We are very, very happy with it. We need 3 minutes where we have a little pause, where we will put the screen on. You can maybe get up and move a little your body, and just for you to know, the screen will be there. So please sit here and look in that direction. Thank you very much for listening, and it's nice to be back with all of you. Hare Krishna.